All right, hello everyone. I played a quick game on OGS. It was taking me a long time to find a game, so I just stopped recording and I decided I'm just going to play a game and see if I'll win or lose and maybe get a rank, because my rank was still question mark, and I ended up losing that game. I can come up with some excuses if I really want to, but my opponent actually just played really well. They were 1Q on here, and when I checked later with AI, they only really made one big mistake, but it wasn't like obviously they were using AI the entire time or anything like that. No, it was just like they took their time and didn't really make any big mistakes, and that actually was really interesting to see. So hopefully that's not normal at 1Q over here, and we'll see if I we'll see if I lose again. I'm now 2Q on here, so hopefully I can get some games between like 4Q and 2 dawn. That's around the area that I want to try to play at. I found that I had to go to flexible for the time setting because I just was not getting one with the exact time setting thing. So we'll see how it goes here.
Game started.
Oh, looks like I finally got a game. Same person. He left last time, so maybe he just wanted to play as black. It took about a minute to get the next game, so we'll have to see. I'm going to do a 1-4-4-1-3-4, and I think I just want to answer very simply here. Ooh, diagonal. That's kind of interesting. That does make me want to approach in the bottom right, since now there's a little bit more of a chance of that group getting attacked, but I'm fine with also just playing a basic Joseki here. That is rather interesting. You don't usually see this ever, but I will just back off and jump here. I'm just going to keep this very, very simple. I'm alive. I don't have to worry about anything. We're good to go. He's really trying to attack my stone, so I'm just going to make a living shape in the corner as best I can and not worry about it. He can surround me if he really wants to, but he has some weakness to deal with. I might want to play one more move to make sure I'm alive. Sure, let's play one more move to make sure we're alive. Now we're going to be 100% alive, no problems. And I'm going to preemptively reduce this area at least a little bit before coming back to either approach or enclose. I personally like to reduce more than grow when I'm white, so I'm going to do a reduction move here. Make sure they can't grow too much on this side. And now I have a choice of trying to build from the bottom or the left side. If they pincer on the bottom, I'm really happy to take the corner. If they pincer on the left side, I'd probably want to double approach. So let's try the left side here. I have an answer for both sides, so I'm happy with that. We'll take the bottom now. Oh, interesting. Hane, and take the corner. Yeah, I'm very, very happy with this. Kind of an old Joseki thing here, but very, very happy. And here, I think I'm fine with just taking the corner, and we'll see how they decide to handle it. Oh, that's a little bit weird. That's asking for too much, so let's attack it a little bit here. Yep, just jump out. The center is all black, so if I'm able to fight, then this is good for me. I'm just preserving my position here, making sure that I have a base. And I still have this weak group here. The possibility of attacking this group and attacking this stone. So I kind of want to jump one more time to make sure it's a strong group, and then separate this left side from this top side. Yep, just keep them separated. Very aggressive players today. I think I just want strength here so that I can come back and resurrect this stone. Oh, so they want to attack me instead because they're going to cut here. So I think I'm fine with that because I'm going to end up capturing this stone. And if he swallows it, I still get the Hane here, which feels really nice. So I've captured this stone on a large scale, and he still doesn't have the center yet. I think I need to Hane on this side. If I'm on the other side, I have more Aji, so I want to Hane this side. And then I can just capture. So I don't know why they did that. Okay. They can jump in the corner, but it doesn't matter. Looks like we can try to do something on the top if we really want to. I'm always really bad at this sort of thing. Like, how do I want to do something here? Like, is there a cool way to be very aggressive? Like, what do I do? I think I'll just start with Hane. It should be fine. If I connect, he extends and I jump, push and cut. I can kind of not really connect. Double Hane. Double Hane seems like it does something, so we'll do that. Why not? So we can potentially just go here. And we can come out this side. Because the most important liberties are these liberties. I don't think he can live with this side too easily. He's going to try, but he cannot live. So I can just throw in. Yep, just connect. He's trying a little bit too much here. Yeah, he makes an eye here in the corner. But I could push and cut him here. But I think I'm just going to let him... I'm just going to let him connect if he really wants to. The point of a lot of this fighting here is just to make sure that the center is not too big of a deal. And that's the thing we need to focus on the most. We're just making the center easier to manage. Okay, I don't mind. So he wants to do this one into this one to make it dead. But I can just extend here and be alive, and I'm fine with that. I could do this one too. Which one's better? I don't think it matters. We'll extend. Definitely want to push here. I don't mind if he cuts this at all. Playing a slightly weird shape, but it is okay. But here, my goal, as I said, was just to make this sort of center strength. Now, the only thing I have to worry about is if this cut is a big deal. If he cuts, then I Hane underneath and connect. And I think I just win the capturing race first, so I should be fine. I'm just wondering if there's a cool way for me to do anything here. Seems kind of annoying to do too much, so I think we'll just play the basic move, not worry about trying to be too aggressive against his group. And yeah, he can do this again if he wants to. Okay. He doesn't have enough liberties to kill my group. He has to be really careful. So here's where I should double check. And I think I do want to connect here. I want to make sure there's no problems on this side. Okay, so we want to jump down here because this group is not alive yet. Okay. Now this allows us to make some shape on this side, which is cool. Interesting. Let's push here, sort of threatening this. Oh, interesting. So now we can come back and connect. We have a lot more shape here, but we will need a move first. So let's just make life, not worry about it. I was tempted to be a little bit more greedy, but let's not worry too much about it. Because this group is not alive yet. He does have some issues here as well. So let's just see what happens. Maybe I'll die. I'm pretty good at that. I think we just want to come down here. Like he has a lot of weakness here. He has to be very careful. I should be a little bit more safe than I was going to be. I wanted to play the knight's move. I think it's just a little bit too complicated. This is something I'd probably want to sit and read, honestly. Because this turn is very, very tempting. If he cuts, I cut, and then I have this double Atari, and I can capture here. And it just depends on if I have more liberties than him, but let's not worry about that for now. Now we can Hane and maybe get something. Maybe not. Maybe I should have tried to be more aggressive. I can still do it now. I can still do it now, so I might as well do it now. We just need to see if there's... Yeah, enough Aji here for me to do something. I didn't really want to be really complicated like this, but it seems like I should be. So let's do this one first. This one gives me an extra eye potential. This one as well. And we want to, I think, extend this side to prevent that Hane. Yep, they get one eye. We also have an eye, but how many liberties do we have? So he has we're just going to count him directly. That's 1, 2, 3. We can throw in. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just in general. And we have at least on our outside 1, 2, 3, 4. We do have the bigger eye as well. Maybe we just have to go for it. At the very minimum, it should be Seki, but it looks like we can also do a Ko shape as well. I hate having to read this sort of stuff out. Afterwards, we'll have to look, and I'll show you the moves that I was considering that were slightly better locally. I definitely made the wrong choice in keeping it simple, we'll say. Yeah, seems like we do want to play something like this. And we can throw in here so we can't connect as well. We can capture. And I think we are mostly fine now. It should be an Atari on him now, not us. We're just double checking. I think connect and then capture is probably the correct way to do it. And then we just have to capture no matter what he plays. You can probably kill this upper right corner. I'm looking for the co-threats he can have, but I think that's one of the ones he can do.
You have won.
Okay, he resigned. Took him a while. He looked at everything first, and then he decided to resign. Now, while the AI says that I was just ahead the entire game, that probably is true because my opponent was playing not that great. He was definitely nowhere near as strong as the 1Q I just played. If you want me to review that game, definitely let me know, because I will review that game. This game already took me a couple minutes to get just waiting on the auto match. So auto match is not too quick yet, but I am looking forward to seeing if it does get a little bit faster. The game was probably fine overall, but I feel like I went a little bit wrong early on, or not early, but in the middle game here. I should have focused on simplifying a bit better. So let's try to find out where I could have done that. And I think I have an idea, because if we look at the opening here, my opponent is really trying their hardest to play unique Joseki, because with unique Joseki, sometimes your opponents just won't know what to do. They won't know what to play. And so it's a great way to catch somebody off guard. I'm just playing the simplest variation. This is usually considered bad for black because normally when black plays this, they have a stone a little bit closer. They're trying to apply a little bit more pressure. They're trying to do something else here. This, they should have just played the normal Joseki. Now here they approached and it wants me just to jump right away. I don't want to leave that. I want to just make sure it's a living group. Don't worry about it. I was going to play one of these types of moves at first, but I thought, no, let's just make a base, make a living group. He's surrounded. Again, I don't necessarily have to play anymore, but I'm going to play one more move to make sure I'm alive, because I know that they've made a few mistakes already, and so it's perfectly fine for me to back down a little bit. So I attach here. He could Hane and try to do something, but simple enough. He extends, and now we got into the normal game. And so the AI, this is what I wanted to see, is if the AI was going to continue to suggest this area, but now we're going to turn off the AI. Because for the rest of the game, it's saying that I'm just ahead. You see the problem with my opponent's position is that they've built up all of this influence, but I can make one simple jump and basically reduce it while also threatening my opponent in a strong way. So they don't have to respond, but responding is an easy move for them to do. I can just reduce the rest of my opponent's influence. So I have territory. They have all this influence facing one side, and I can easily reduce what is happening. And so that's where the mistake my opponent made for the opening. They made it a little bit too easy for me to make it so they don't have that much. So if we continue going, they played some small moves as well. Like, you definitely don't play this now. You play in the bottom left corner. But let's just continue. Another old Joseki. Trying so hard to get too much, and then I jump in to fight. I should probably potentially even jump in a little bit further, put more pressure on this side, or a little bit closer, put more pressure on this side. I just went in the middle, a little bit wishy-washy. That's my bad. But here I feel like I did a good enough job of simplifying the position, because it's hard for him to be too aggressive here, as you saw in the game. I am able to just capture some stones nicely and be alive on the left side. Yeah, he gets something in the corner, but he's focused way too much in the corner, so I just get to continue to damage my opponent. They can't live on the top no matter what they do, and I just have more liberties. I know I have more liberties. It's not something I have to read out. But I think this is where I could have gone a little bit simpler. So when they connect here, yeah, I could still cut if I really want to try that. That might even work, but I'm just going to live. I want to keep it as simple as possible. And here with this Hane, when I let my opponent cut me later, right here, yes, the top side is fine. I might not even need to play another move. I'm not going to worry about that aspect right now. But just the fact I let them cut me here, when I'm technically in their area of influence, I probably shouldn't have let that happen. If I want to make the game as simple as possible, if I want to push myself, right? Like if I'm trying to get better at the game, then you want to allow these types of cuts. When you're trying to play a simple game and just work on being solid, you don't want to allow this sort of thing unless you know you're going to be fine. But if I'm trying to get better, the question I would have to ask is, do I have enough liberties on the top side? Because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 liberties. My opponent might have more. So if I'm able to do this one, and they can somehow kill me, which actually seems a little bit difficult if they start from that side. And if they start from this side, they do need to block this. And it looks like I actually do win the Liberty race because they have this weakness in their shape. Maybe there's a way for me to lose. For example, if they keep doing this, this is still good for me. I still get to kill because of that weakness in their shape there. So the best way to maybe increase their liberties is to fix this. But if I get this move first, again, it seems like if they do try to take my liberties, he can't block like this. They can't block like this. They have to accept it, and it looks like they're dead. So if I don't have to come back to the top, I get this Hane, then this is a really good result for me. As I said, if you're just trying to play a solid game, you want to make sure not to allow that sort of cut. But if you're wanting to try to push yourself and get better, you should try to read that sort of thing out and make sure, allow them to cut you because you know better, because you're winning already. You don't need to worry about it, right? So if we just go back a little bit, after this one push here, if I just connect, I have significantly more liberties. They still need to come back over here to fix this. And I still have some OGS with this bottom left group that is not alive yet. And I can, as you saw, I had plenty of liberties for the top, so I can leave this group here. I can maybe extend here, threatening to connect up and to do some damage to this group. If they continue to block me off here, you can see that I'm now surrounding the left side. So I could also try it from a different direction, like pushing here first. And then now when I do this one, maybe it's, I can definitely connect up. Like I'm definitely connected here, but I'm not threatening them as much. And they can just defend this side and make sure that they are okay. They can see that they're not going to get any points in the center. Anyway, I think this was a really good game. Kind of interesting to see sort of like a Fox game on here on OGS, basically. So again, if you want me to review the other game I played, because I said it was taking so long to get a game, I had to turn off my recording software. If you want to see the game review of that one, let me know. I can show you where I think I went wrong and where I think my opponent did really well. Now, this was 1Q, which, as I said, was significantly stronger than the opponent I just played. So I think they're probably maybe a little bit stronger than that. Hope you guys are having a good day, and I hope you guys have fun.